I'm about to get ready to make some dinner, but I thought I'd just share a quick little message with you. So I think that a lot of times we don't always acknowledge like the power of being alone and manifesting all the things that we want to change about ourselves, all the things that we want to change in our lives. Just taking advantage of isolation. A lot of times we let ourselves fall deep into a depressive state when we isolate, and I get it. It's easy to do. When you're in a dark room, in a dark space, you're on your phone, you're scrolling all day, but it's nothing to just put the phone down and journal and write to yourself. Read a book, read the Bible if you have to, listen to an audiobook, just invest your time in something that'll like kind of redirect the negative energy and silence all those bad voices, all those demons that are telling you that you're not good enough, that you're not worth it, that you keep failing, that you're always gonna fail. I know how hard it can be. I think that a lot of times it's just important to remember to stay focused even when it's hard, when you feel alone, to embrace like, why am I alone right now? What do I need to learn from being alone? What do I need to take from this moment? I primarily wanted this message to not just be to myself, but to be to other people. Like, I've been spending a lot of time alone. This is not my first couple of months doing this either. I feel like I go in cycles where I'm either really with a lot of people all the time, where I'm just forcibly, even if I'm doing it myself, like just alone. And I think a lot of times we don't always see being alone as a blessing. We don't always have to move so fast in this life. Like, being alone forces you to appreciate the present. I feel like a lot of times we are just beating ourselves up about all the things that we don't have and what we're not doing and what we don't look like. And that's what happens when we sit on our phones and we scroll all day and we compare ourselves to other people in our lives. But when we actually just sit down and breathe and look around and be like, okay, I'm in a state of answered prayers. I work to be here. I should be proud of where I'm at. And if I want more, I should do what I did back then. You sit down, you plan, you think. I feel like a lot of times we think that our spirits are lonely, and we don't realize like that those are just all those monitoring spirits out there calling out to us. And because we're so lonely and we're so desperate for any type of attention that we just take anything. A lot of times people think that just because I'm alone or I feel alone, I need to go out and put myself around people. That'll make me feel better. Or I need to talk to people in the past who I dealt with. And even though I know that they're in my past for a reason, or they did something to me to hurt me in the past, that I need to just, try and keep trying. I feel like sometimes like our fear of loneliness is what not only keeps us stagnant, but keeps us dealing with the same things that hurt us in the past over and over and over again. And I just feel like we need to realize how powerful it is being alone, spending time with yourself. I'm not just talking about that crowd where people post them solo dates and one night they're by themselves. I'm talking solo trips, like whole solo excursions, a week where you just spend time with yourself, listen to music, you write, you go work out, you go on long walks, you talk to yourself in the mirror, you write down affirmations, you write down your prayers. Like, a lot of people want to be in a better situation and they want to be more focused, but what are you actually doing to meet your needs? Like, have you ever slowed down and like really listened to your body? Listened to how you feel when you're around certain people and in certain environments and when you're doing certain things. Does it really feel like you? Or are you just, you're so used to eating it? I was watching, I can't remember, I think it was a YouTube video the other day, and it was just going on and on about how much like we've subjected our bodies to suffering, stress, that we are desensitized ourselves to be so used to it that we're not actually sitting down and like, oh, I don't feel good today, or I feel weaker, or this is aching, or some people like, we're even getting gray hairs, we have more bags, like we're holding on to more weight, we're more bloated, despite how healthy we eat, how much we work out, how much water we drink. It's always something. And a lot of times it's just primarily that thing that we're ignoring because we're pushing ourselves to work hard. We're pushing ourselves to be active, to be social, to network, to be whoever we feel like we need to be, this image we need to put on for other people, instead of just taking the time and investing in ourselves. I feel like a lot of times we don't do that enough. We have to. You really will realize it too late. And then young people, Black young people, people of color in general, we're so ambitious, right? We feel like we have to get the degree, we have to get the job, we have to get the house, the apartment, the cars, and we just keep on working. And in our free time, what do? We party, we socialize, we drink, some people smoke, like whatever your vice is, cool, do it. But at the same time, like, make sure you're still spending that time with yourself, that you need to diverge a clear path to success for yourself. Like, so many people fall victim to anxiety, so many people fall victim to depression, and they're looking for quick fixes. And a lot of times the fix is just spending more time with yourself. The fix is within, spending more time with God, being quiet and still enough to hear what he is trying to say to you, and hear what he wants you to do and what he wants for you in this space of your life. And I feel like a lot of people, like, they always say, I pray and I never hear anything. Or I do my prayers, I go to church, I do this, I do that, and it's nothing. And we have to remember that everything that we do should be with no expectation of anything in return, but understanding that if you are a good and faithful Christian, that God will reward you. He knows your hearts, and he's going to grant you your heart's desires, but you have to make sure that your heart is genuine and pure and set on what you know is my goal. You might not know your purpose, but you have the free range to create whatever goals you want for yourself, to however you want to define success. I feel a lot of times we're so focused on what success looks like for other people, or what success looks like in our society, that we're not actually sitting down like, what does success look like for me? What do I want? How much time have I wasted trying to be or have what everyone else has, what looks cool and cute to everybody else? Like, when am I actually, locked in with myself? I feel like that's why a lot of people give creative slacks, but creatives and artists slack. But these people are chasing their goals, they're chasing their dreams. It doesn't matter if no one else believes in the plan, no one else believes in the vision. People think that they are wasting their time, they're never gonna make no money. They are so invested in their passion and themselves and believing in themselves and doing what they wanna do, however that may look, that ultimately they always succeed. They always do, in one way or another. And they're content, they are well, they are always refreshed. That's why they're always so prosperous, because they believe in them. And they believe that what they bring to the table is enough. So I think that a lot of people have to sit down and think, like, if you spend more time with yourself, you'll appreciate the little things about you. You'll appreciate how you walk, how you talk, how you communicate with other people, how your presence demands a room, how easy it is for you to navigate a room. And maybe you're not the talkative type, maybe you're not extroverted, maybe you're introverted, maybe that's your strong suit. I feel like introverts are needed just as much as extroverts are. We are not all meant to be the same, God's people. So that's my little think piece on appreciating being alone. You'll learn so much about yourself when you just slow down and you spend time with you. You listen to your body. Like, sometimes just how you naturally respond to certain things. I think that is just so important, Okay, I feel like I've been yapping. So, hi guys, if you're new, I'm Shari. Thanks for sticking to the end of this video. I hope that it did something for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit me up in the comments if you like the message that I gave today. If you want to hear me talk on any topics, just let me know. But thanks guys, I'll see you later.